February the 11th, 2024. Guys, you're looking at weather radar out of Galveston and Houston in Texas, and what you got are severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings popping up on this line. Everything's moving east by northeast. You can see Houston directly south of these storms. Beaumont here over on the border. Then it will cross, I think this is the Sabine River, into Louisiana. And again, it's at a northeasterly movement. Now, here in central Mississippi, guys, the rain is north of Jackson, has been since Friday. We have been predicted to get it. It's been sprinkling and misty, but until last night around midnight, we didn't get it, but it came down hard and heavy. It's gray and cloudy, overcast here now at 10:30 a.m. Central Time, and but this evening they're expecting, and this is going to, reason I'm saying it, because through Texas that you're seeing it now, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, and Tennessee will start seeing this breakout. In central Mississippi, again, they're talking about 60-mile-per-hour winds this afternoon, damaging hail, gusty winds, severe thunderstorms. And if you're like we are, the drought caused what many consider a pine beetle infestation, and we have some very large trees around us and all through the state, probably all through the country, that died off just a few months after that heat wave. Pine beetles love that, and the pine needles fell off so fast, and now the bark's falling off. And if you're in one of those areas, be very careful. Check around you, because it happened almost, it seemed like overnight, from the pine beetles starting to darken and then the bark falling off. And some of ours are big, and I know some of yours are. Not only will it take down light lines, it will crush your house, your carports, your everything. It can cost you and your family's life. So while you've got time and you're in this area that was devastated, especially the pine trees and the pine belt areas, check around your home now. Just take a look outside. And, I mean, I don't have to. I've already got the power company coming to handle some on the light line, and then some friends are going to help me with a few others. I just hope we have time to get to it before we don't have time today, but before it gets much worse. But anyway, that's what's going on. I want to move this to the north and northeast for a moment. Now, the best way to get to your radar, and we're going to do it here, but this is what happens when I type in, or this is what pops up when I type into the links weather.gov, G-O-V. And it's a good map if you when you start to understand it and you combine it with your radar and satellite images. And you can see that Texas is in a tornado watch area. The red areas are the tornado warnings we're seeing pop up, and these are severe thunderstorm watches in the purple. Over here through Texas and Oklahoma, up into Missouri, coming out of New Mexico, you've got winter storm watches and warnings, flood warnings here. You guys up in the northeast, we got a lot of friends in that area. You're going to be dealing with a winter storm watch, it looks like, and frost advisories possibly in this area. You can see the wind warnings offshore. So make sure you're prepared for that. I know you guys know how this game works when you're up in the snow belts like you are. And I saw some folks driving back from the border up through New Mexico, and man, the snow had covered the mountains there in the last few days. But that's what we got out on the west coast. You've got in your heavy, your rip current statements, beach watches. You've got freezing surf spray possibilities, and you can kind of name it on this map. Let's just dive down to see where this storm will be moving. I'm going to go here to the Jackson, Mississippi radar. And that's going to bring you here. And I suggest everyone in whatever area that you are on that map we just saw to click on your area. It's going to give you local information. This is talking about severe weather possible this afternoon into late tonight. And they're talking about, in the yellow areas, slight risk, severe storms possible, damaging winds, gusts up to 60, hail's quarter to golf ball size, and tornadoes possible. That's us here. In the green, it's marginal, and that you're getting closer up to the delta, and then it heads north towards Memphis. But your isolated severe storms are possible, damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, hail up to a quarter size, and tornadoes can't be ruled out. But for the last few days, and we're going to look at the satellite images, but until last night, the rain has stayed north of Jackson, here in the central part of the state, but that may be changing. Now it has shifted back north to Jackson, but they're saying that it won't be long before it will be back in our area. Now the timing, 1 p.m. To 5 p.m., this is coming over out of Louisiana. You can see the Mississippi River here. This is Vicksburg to Jackson, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., and then down around south of us, just south of us, and towards the coast in Hattiesburg, 3 p.m. to 2 a.m. today. So keep an eye on it, and don't forget about those giant pine trees. Guys, we're talking about the Pine Belt from Texas all the way through to the Carolinas with this type of trees. I'd like to hear from people in other parts of the nation about the damage you saw from the drought and pine beetles. And, you know, we all know about our gardens that burn up and things like that, grass that burn up. Very hot, hottest summer in record. And don't forget, they're predicting this one could be a little bit hotter, and that one was almost unbearable. Let's take a look, and let me scroll this down, and you can do it. You'll get your county info right here, and you can click on it, and it will enlarge it. Click there. Now, some sections of the country are slightly different. A lot of them are like this, though, and it's showing that where everything's coming out of Louisiana, it's up into Arkansas, and it's going to be moving across central Mississippi now. Again, last night, now it got hard and heavy here. What we didn't have severe thunderstorms. I didn't see a lot of lightning or hear the thunder, but the rain was so loud. We have a metal roof. That was thunderous in itself. But that's going to change throughout the day. You notice going up towards Winona, Mississippi, and Columbus, Mississippi, you're under the gun. Vicksburg, just north of you, that's going to be moving up through this section of the state. The Delta is going to be definitely involved up towards Greenville and Greenville before it's over with. Biloxi, you're in overcast skies. Usually when you see this green and blue, it's a light mist or a light sprinkle. And you can see where the heavier storms are here and both in Texas. So check your local information and trust your own eyes. The pan is very handy here. You can click that. This is just a little side info, and go to any part around you, south, the east, or west. And that's handy. The high res goes into a computer generated format with a forward look. It's not as accurate to me as this map, but it does give you the forward look. Anyway, that's as far as I want to go with this. This is going to be building up in Texas. If you're in that area, and the area we've been looking at here, you need to go ahead and take all the precautions that you need. Make sure things are tied down. Make sure you're prepared to be in the furthest room away from which the storm would hit your area, and you're looking east if you're looking at the storm from the south. So you want to be on the furthest west, you're looking west, you want to be on the furthest east side or the opposite side if the tornado is tracking north and east. You know where that's at on your place, so have that prepared. Not where you got to go in there and try to get back to that area or whatever. Go ahead and get that ready, and again, check all your trees and the possibility of that. Prepare if you have damaging winds, hail, possible tornadoes, severe thunderstorms, for power outages also. Get your batteries charged up, get your weather radio on. And I know a lot of people are going to be watching the Super Bowl, but keep one eye on the weather information. It's a heads up, guys. Be safe.